Hey-ho Stampers, Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I wanted to share with you a card that I had done for two of my very good friends who made it into Founder Circle. And I sat down and made two cards for them, and I just love the way they came out. And I also have a friend who is celebrating a very special anniversary, so I made this one for her. The reason it's so special is because it's for them, but also it has a window in it, and within that window we have a stamp set called I Love Lace, and I did that on the window sheet. So let me just show you how we started and how I did it. So let's get going. Alrighty, so the first thing that I needed to do was I needed to cut a hole in my cardstock. So this is my card base, and I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And then what I did was I took one of my square framelits, and it happens to be the third one in, and what I did was I just cut out the window. Okay, with me so far? The next thing that I did was I took my window sheet. Here's my window sheet, and for window sheets, when you stamp on them, you need to use Stazon. We have two kinds of Stazon ink. We have our black ink, and we have our white ink, and the white ink comes with a re-inker attached to it. This one has a re-inker, but you have to purchase that one separately. This one right here comes with the re-inker, and you want to re-ink it every time you use it. I mean, like if you do more than one card, you don't have to re-ink it, but when you take it out and you want to use it again, make sure you re-ink it because it does dry a little bit faster than normal. So the next thing I did was I took my I Love Lace background, which I'm absolutely in love with, and it just reminds me of the Wild Wild West. Don't ask me why, it just does. Wild Wild West. So I love lace, and I'm going to take and I'm going to ink it up either with my Stazon ink, or I'm going to ink it up with my black Stazon or my white Stazon. I'm going to lay it down, and you're going to see it really adhere to the rubber stamp. And then what I do is I lay on a scrap piece of paper and just very gently rub it. And then you pick it up, and when you pick it up, this is what you have. Okay? So it's going to take a little while to dry. That's why I didn't do that right in front of you. I wanted to make sure that it was dry before we put it onto our card. Okay? So there is the one I did in white, and here is the one that I, excuse me, I did in black. And let's do the next step. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to take and emboss. So I did the outside of it, and now we're going to do the inside of it by taking our embossing buddy onto our cardstock and just lightly tapping that around so that we can avoid getting all of the little white crumbs from the embossing powder in places where you don't want it to go. So I'm going to take and I'm going to ink this up and just take and stamp it onto my card. Alrighty, now we need to put our embossing powder on, and I always put rice in my embossing powder. I think you've seen my video on that, and that's to keep the moisture out. Just like if you dropped your phone into some water, it does keep the moisture out, and it extends the life of your embossing powder, because embossing powder does go bad after a while. And then what I want to do is I want to just take and brush off the excess. I will also take and just kind of pound that off just a little bit just to get all the extra, and you can see where it all the loose stuff popped off. Alright, so now we're going to take our embossing gun and just heat. Okay, so let's start assembling our card. We have the outside piece with the window cut into it, and that is already embossed with the congratulations, used white embossing powder the same way. Now I want to put my window sheet on. So here's my window sheet. The best way to do this is to take your mini glue dots, and you only want to put one in each corner. So I like to feel the rougher side. That's where you've stamped, and I like that to be face up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little mini glue dot and put it on one on each corner, just like this. Go. And there we go. Oops, missed that one there. Hold on. Okay, so now I have a mini glue dot on each corner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up because I want it to look as pretty on the inside as I do on the outside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this down here like this, and I'm just going to center it so it looks just as nice on the inside as it does the outside. So this is what it looks like now. You've got your, let me just put a piece of white in the back of it so you can see it. You see how gorgeous that looks? And even that on the inside would be great. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take and I'm going to adhere this first. So that is my first layer. And right here. So that's going to go on my first layer, and then my second layer is going to be It's Your Birthday, and you're going to see how cute that looks through the window. It's got the lace on the top, and you can use either a white gel pen or a chalk marker to write down here whatever it is you want to say, and that is your words. Do you see how they just kind of peer through here? Let me just show you again a couple of the other ones that I've done. This is one that I did for a class. This was my Wow Over the Top class, okay, and that's still available for purchase, and that has the white. You see the white lace on there? That's very, very pretty. And again, this is the one for my very good friends that just made it into Founder Circle. And this one is for my other friend who has a very special birthday. So I do have a special bow on this one that I'm going to show you in another video, and that's a double bow. It's a double fork bow. That's about it for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Come on over and